A long time ago, when the earth was young, over the hills and far away, there was a village inhabited by graceful people. They were hunters and foragers, as well as sustenance planters. They planted yams, tapioca, and potatoes. They lived in peace and harmony with nature and their neighbors. Every year they would celebrate the end of harvest, where they would sing and dance, eat and drink for several days. At this time, parents of marriageable children would talk to each other and see whether the offspring suited the other. It was at this time that a young lady called Usai met her intended Ondu, and they fell in love straight away, which was quite unique at the time when marriages were prearranged. Ondu, being a young man, participated in the music and dance of that time and got drunk. The other young men with him got so drunk they started to catch hold of pets such as dogs and cats and made them dance together. The yowls and howls of the animals were overwhelming. It was taboo at that time to make animals do what humans do, as it was not the order of nature. Usai, who was sober, as most unmarried ladies were not allowed to drink then, was apprehensive of what was going on, but she could not do anything as all the revelers were drunk. When the shadows were full arm length to the east, that's how they told time in those days, she went out to fetch water from the well, which was a fair walk away. As she stooped down to scoop the water from the well, she heard a strange swishing sound from the treetops. She looked up, and she heard a woman's voice that said, "Don't go home, the tribe is doomed." She of course did the exact opposite and ran home. To her horror, the longhouse was slowly sinking into the earth, and the people were still dancing and singing and beating the gongs and drums inside. She was rooted to the spot, but she started screaming for everyone to run out. The children playing outside were of course frightened and ran into the house for their parents. She screamed for the spirits of the earth to help them, but all was quiet. She then called upon the spirits of the other world to help her, chanting archaic shamanic words over and over again. It must be stated here that tribal women and some men were taught in the ways of the spirits from a very young age, although very few made it into the shamanic folds. Anyway, at nightfall, the longhouse disappeared into the earth and a pond appeared over its roof. The water was shallow, but the mud was deep. Usai sat near the pond and listened to the sound of revelry and music from under the earth, crying for her lost tribe and her beloved for days and weeks until she died of starvation. It is told that when hunters chanced upon the crystal clear pond high up in the mountains, they would feel a sense of peace and fall asleep under the trees. They would disappear and never be seen again. It is also told that they would see this beautiful woman playing in the pond, and when they come near, they would be so enamored they would jump in and play with her, but they would sink into the mud and never be seen again.